Oh, you hardcore boxing fans out there, how you doing? Russell here from Borky's Corner, the voice of hardcore boxing. Welcome to our members area. Tuesday, 12:15. Still not gone back to work. We're for another game of snooker this afternoon. I'm off all tomorrow, so I decided to take a break over a week ago now. I've done a couple of videos Friday just to keep you all happy, but sometimes you just got to take a break from boxing. It do your head in 2 seconds. Let me just get some cream on my face. Take a minute, I'm still filming. Been on sunbed this morning. It makes you dry, doesn't it, a bit? I was thinking last night in bed, even people like me think. I was thinking that, you know, which is my favourite division? Well, it always used to be like heavyweight division, middleweights. But once I started watching, you know, James Toney, Roy Jones, and Ben Eubank, Collins, Michael Watson, people like that, I liked the super middleweight division, and obviously Carl Froch, Robin Reid, Clinton Woods fought in that division. And if you go back to say, well, we'll go back 30 years and we'll split it in half. Let's see if torch works on this. There you go. I should have a fucking doodah in here somewhere. Where's that gone? Can never find that in this house. There we are. There you go. So if you go back 30 years, right, 30 years. So from 92, right, to 2007, and then 2007 to 2022. So you say round about super middleweight, won't you, for these guys here, yeah? Michael Nunn, Mike McCallum, James Toney, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones. Well, Hopkins went middle to light heavy, wasn't it? But we're going to say, like, if you made the fight to 168, Roy Jones, Glenn Johnson, Clinton Woods, Joe McClellan, Aaron Barkley, Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank, Steve Collins, Joe Calzaghe, Robin Reid, and Carl Froch. Right. If you put that lot right against in the last 15 years, guys that sort of like from 2007 upwards, some of these might have been before 07, but I don't think they are. Like Paul Smith, Arthur Abraham, Marcus Brown, Canelo, Joe Smith, Buatsi, John Edges, Lennox Clark, Anthony Yard. I know Yard's like a light heavyweight, but for right money, he'd do super middle, wouldn't he? Lyndon Arthur, Callum Smith, Eubank, Beterbiev, Digale, Groves. So if you put that era there, 168, 175-ish to these here, 168, 175-ish. Obviously, some of them might have started as middleweights, but you put all them in, right? Who could you throw? You could throw Andre Ward in that mix as well, couldn't you? And Kovalev. Who would you put to mix with them on left? You know, your Michael Nunns, your James Toney's, all them. You say Andre Ward, Kovalev, Canelo, and Beterbiev, wouldn't you? Them four, wouldn't you? Yeah. And mix it with these here. Any fight between 168 and 175. Now, could you imagine Beaterbiev against Mike McCallum or Michael Nunn? What about Bernard Hopkins against Canelo? You know, there's some great matchups, isn't there? But do you feel that it's like a little bit diluted this era in most divisions? You know, in my favorite division, super middle, light heavy, that round about that weight class. I tend to think that it's a bit watered down. That they've not honed the crafts as much. Like you see, Mike McCallum, James Toney, they can fight in the pocket, can't they, all day long. Hopkins, Michael Nuns, Roy Jones, you know, Glenn Johnson, Barkley, you know, people like that. You know, Joe Calzaghe, Robin Reed, they can all do that, can't they? But these fighters nowadays, can they do it? These fighters nowadays, because I don't think they can. I don't think they can. I don't think they can at all. I really don't, honestly. I don't think that they can. I think there's something fundamentally missing from these fighters that fight today. I mean, for example, John Etchitts is a prospect, isn't he, trained by Mark Tibbs. Is he going to get to the heights that Froch got to, or James Toney, Nigel Benn, people like that? I'm not so sure. Arthur Abraham, 10 defences as a middleweight IBF champion, stepped up to super middle. Paul Smith, you'd say the decline started about 20 years ago when Paul Smith got a silver, wouldn't you, really? Or 18 years ago? I think it might have been 18 years ago. Right, 02. Commonwealth Games 02, wasn't it? Sure, it was Manchester 02. Yeah, 02. Was it 04? I forget, but Marcus Brown, could you put Marcus Brown in against Roy Jones? Fucking hell. What about Lyndon Arthur against James Toney? Quith Eubank Jr. Christopher Eubank Jr. Quith Eubank Junior Eubanks against Iron Barkley. Fucking hell. What about Lyndon Arthur against Clinton Woods? Clinton had just run straight over him, wouldn't he? Where would Anthony Yard fare? Would he be able to hold his own in that era? Would James DeGale be able to live with Calzaghe? Would Groves be able to live with Michael Nunn? You know, Andre Ward against a peak Michael Nunn, that'd be a good fight, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? But it's each to their own, innit? I'm always one of them guys that's going to compare different eras. I just wondered what you all felt about it. I mean, I'll read them out again. Michael Nunn, Mike McCallum, James Toney, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones, Glenn Johnson, Clinton Woods, Gerald McClellan, Iron Barkley, Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank, Steve Collins, Joe Calzaghe, Robin Reed, Carl Froch, 92 to 07. Then you've got Arthur Abraham, Paul Smith, Canelo, Marcus Brown, Joe Smith, Joshua Boazzi, John Edgers, Lennox Clark, Anthony Yard, Lyndon Arthur, Callum Smith, Chris Eubank Jr., Arthur Beterbiev, James DeGale, and Georgie Boy Groves. I just think that we're not producing guys that were like that. I don't know why that is. Is it because social media? Are fighters not learning the craft? Are they more interested in the profiles? Is this how the sport of boxing is going? When a boxer at night, instead of hitting that pillar 9 o'clock at night and getting a 10 hours kip, hitting that pillar 9 o'clock at night and getting up at 7 in the morning for your run after a full 10 hours kip, are fighters doing 5 hours kip and 5 hours on social media? Well, we don't know, do we? But it'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? Don't you think? That's how I look at it. Be very, 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 very interesting to find out. But I just wondered. I just wondered what everybody's take were on this. That's all. That's all. Just wondered what everybody's take were on it. All right. So peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. All right. Thanks very much for joining members area. It means a lot to me. There's a lot going on with my channel at the moment. Behind scenes, I've got about 6 weeks to sweat it out on something. Dying to say what it is, but you know, you get let down that many times, and people make promises, don't they? And then they go missing, don't they, when it comes to keeping promise. So this is why I'm very distrusting. So, but hopefully things are going to be all right. But in 6 weeks, I think we should be in a good position. So, and I'm thinking about 6 or 8 weeks, I've just got one more thing to clear. And then I've completed everything, all the tasks that they asked me to do. So when this last one's done, it says 71 more days and it'll be done if I keep going on like I'm doing. So when that's done, we'll be in a good position, all being well, to try different things. So, all right. But just got this on my head at the moment, this with these super medal stroke light everywhere. It's just 30 fighters here. Obviously, John Etches. I'm trying to say, look, this is the quality that's coming through. It's not knocking people out, is he? And when Nigel Benn came through, we're knocking everybody out. It was 22-0, wanted before he fought Watson. You know, look at the guys that these on the left have been in with, and then look at these on right. Fair enough, Arthur Abraham, been in with a lot of people, Canelo, Andre Ward, Kovalev, yeah. The rest of them. Callum Smith being Ring Magazine champion, but who's his best 3 wins? What is his body of work, as Terry Chappendama would say. So, all right. So, peace out. Keep on trucking, keep supporting boxing. Big shout out Eastwood Autos. And hope they're all right. All right, take care.